All right, welcome back to Daybreak Saturday. In your health news this morning, March is National Nutrition Month, and you've probably heard before that your diet can lower your chances of developing certain diseases and health orders. But this morning, we're talking about why that actually works. Morgan Robbins, a health coach at Teladoc Health, is joining us live this morning. Good morning, Morgan.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Of course, of course. So as we've just mentioned, March is National Nutrition Month. Tell us why it's so important, especially for us here in Texas, to pay attention to what we put in our bodies.
Absolutely. Well, in Texas, research shows that since the pandemic, obesity rates have actually gotten worse, especially in communities of color. Now, nationally, about 71.6% of adults are overweight, and about 40% of those adults are obese. So the good news is that with diet, nutrition, a lifestyle change, all of this can be turned around.
And so I think this is a pretty easy question here. What factors are contributing to obesity in the U.S.? I know it's the quality of food that we eat and probably how often we eat as well, I would imagine.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's four big patterns here. And the first, you already nailed it, is diet. So dietary patterns, lack of produce, a lot of high calorie foods, sugary beverages, all of those consumed regularly can contribute to obesity. The next thing being a sedentary lifestyle. So we're just not moving as much as we used to, whether it be you have a long commute to work or you're sitting in front of a screen all day long. We're just not getting as much movement as we once did. Portion sizes in this country are huge, and they have grown and grown over the time. So this is particularly true at restaurants. So a large portion size can lead to weight gain over time. And lastly, the one that's not as obvious is stress and mental health. So believe it or not, stress concerns and mental health concerns can lead to overeating, which can, of course, lead to weight gain and obesity.
And so I know obviously a lot of people, when they obviously are trying to prevent obesity in their lives, or maybe they're moving toward it, they probably feel pretty helpless because it's hard to get around that curve there. What are some tips that you would give to somebody who's struggling with this? Because a lot of this can be helped just in the kitchen.
Absolutely. Yeah. A balanced diet can really be crucial here. So eating a balanced diet, having a lot of whole grains. So opting for whole grains instead of refined grains like white flour. The nutrition label has a lot of information on it. So aim for about 400 milligrams of sodium or less per serving and about 4 grams of added sugars less per serving. Protein. So maybe opt for chicken or turkey instead of red meat. Even throw in some beans for a fun non-animal protein source. Lastly is making sure you're getting the right fats. So healthy fats such as olive oil, certain fats found in fish and nuts can be cardioprotective. I mentioned portion sizes before, but they're one of my favorite things to talk about. So having smaller bowls, having smaller plates, or even if you're at a restaurant, maybe asking your server to put half your meal in a to-go container. That way, that overeating temptation isn't even there, and you have lunch for the next day. Another cool one that surprises a lot of people is staying hydrated. So a lot of the times our body thinks we're hungry, we're actually thirsty. So filling up on lots of water, having water throughout the entire day, and of course, trying to limit the amount of sugary beverages like juice or soda that you're having. Lastly is sleep. So aim for about 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep a night. Some people don't realize that when you're not sleeping right, your hormone cycle can get disrupted, and that regulates your appetite control. So sleep is just as important here too.
All very great tips there. Morgan from Teladoc. If you want to learn more about Teladoc, their services, and how they can help you, take a look at your screen. You can visit teladochealth.com. That link is right there for you this morning. Morgan, thank you so much for joining us this morning and talking nutrition.
Thank you for having me.